Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. Okay, so if this is your message, I feel like you have recently cried out to God in a very sincere way, asking for forgiveness. And not only that, but you have been praying that if there is a way that you can make this right, to whatever degree it can be made right, that be shown to you. And I'm hearing, just tell me what to do and I will do it. And because you were so earnest and so sincere in that prayer, a way is being not just made for you, the way has always been there, but this way is being illuminated. And there's a lot that needs to come forth here in this message because you don't quite realize. I think you're starting to understand that this situation holds a lot more gravity than you originally realized, but you still don't know the full extent of this, and this is being withheld from you on purpose. They're showing me icebergs. I'm seeing 3 icebergs floating, and you can really only see like the tippy top of each one of these icebergs. And they're showing me that you've started to have some realizations here. And it might be threefold here. One of those realizations is, again, that this situation is more grave, dire, or it just holds more weight than you realized. But again, you still don't know. And that's going to be slowly revealed to you and to other people involved in this situation over time. And that is for your own psychological protection. And it is so you are able to play your divine role as you are meant to play here, and that others are as well. And they're not overwhelmed by this. Another realization that I think you have had is that there's a manipulator in the mix. And I think you're probably not that manipulator if you're here, because I think that person, I'm hearing like they have no conscience. That's a person with like no bottom with how low they will go in terms of their behavior. This is a person who will lie, they will scheme, you'll catch them out in something, they'll tell more lies. Like they lack character. This is kind of a bad person. I think you're starting to realize though that this person had some kind of heavy hand in manipulating people against each other and manipulating you. I think you feel like you kind of fell right into this person's strategy in some way. And I think some of you are even realizing that this person reached right into you. They grabbed a weakness that they could see in you or some kind of corrupted place, and they twisted it to make you think a certain way, and they fanned like a flame of hatred or insecurity or something like that so much that it made you blind to what was actually going on here in this situation. And then you're also having another realization here, I think, about a person who was harmed, that this is a good person. And even that, they're saying that's just an iceberg realization, and that you're going to realize more and more and more. I'm hearing like the goodness of this person, the innocence of this person. And if you were to realize the extent of all of these things just all at once, it really would put you in some kind of stupor or something. And they're not wanting that to happen. Also, again, this is true for other people involved here in this situation. So your guides are saying, thank you for no longer minimizing this situation. Because there's been a lot of minimizing going on. I think it was encouraged by this manipulator, and then by guilt that you potentially felt for having done something like this at all. Like, take this person who was hurt out of the mix. You behaving in such a manner, I think it was hard for you to look at that. So there was a minimizing going on your end. There was a lot of minimizing of the hurt and the significance of this. There was a lot of hurt caused, again, that you can't fully see. Not just to this person. This manipulator has done this to other people. And that's a part of how big this kind of is. I'm hearing an investigation will go further than you think. Okay? But there's also a minimizing of your role in this, like in the hurt that was caused. And again, that's being replicated in a lot of people here, because I'm hearing things like, well, I didn't do it, or I just didn't do this, or that's not really a big deal. Like, I don't have to like focus on that. And, but all of those things do add up to a big deal. The other thing, like why they don't want this to be minimized, is because destiny energy was affected here by whatever went on, because this person who is hurt, this person was meant to be installed somewhere. And for some of these people, it was an actual place. Like, this person was meant to put their roots down in an actual place and to grow in strength and in a particular role. And this person was meant to touch many lives and to offer some kind of like fruits and stability and some kind of maybe safety or protection, like from a certain location. That's for some of these people. And because that got knocked, this person's destiny got knocked. This could be a person that's not where they're supposed to be in this world according to like divine plan. So this person's destiny got knocked. I'm hearing for some of you, you can see the trauma of this because you knew something about this person. You knew that this person was on a particular path, and it seemed like a path that they were destined for, something that they really loved and that they really, really wanted. And then all of a sudden, this person split off from that, and they went an entirely different way. I think this would have shocked you. If that part of it's resonating for you, it would have shocked you and many other people because you knew this person wanted something really, really bad. And you're kind of thinking, wow, I didn't know that about this person's personality. Nope, that wasn't this person's personality. That was trauma. Because something happened in this situation where like they couldn't trust, or they no longer wanted what they wanted because they associate it with coming with a lot of bullshit. And so they were like, I can't go through that again or something. So this person just like split off and they went an entirely different way. And what you're looking at is trauma in this situation, which again, they're saying like, stop minimizing the hurt. There was a trauma here that you can see had some kind of like massive effect on destiny energy. The other thing, this person, if it's not a place that this person was meant to be installed in, it's in certain people's lives. This person was meant to be a mainstay in certain people's lives. And that has an effect on each of these people's destiny, because this person having long-term relationships with people, romantic, platonic, otherwise, professional, having this long-term relationship or with a group even, it's to help these other souls. They provide some kind of nourishment, sustenance, stability, calming presence. And I think literally this person is under some kind of divine, I'm hearing the highest powers in the hours. This is a person that like once they do get like settled in their own energy, this is the kind of person where like miraculous things can kind of happen around or because you know this person or something like that. Like there's that kind of effect that was actually taken here from certain people. So this has kind of like, I'm hearing many victims. There were many, 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 many victims of this. And it's because everything is connected. So your guides are saying, thank you for no longer minimizing this. This has been a huge blockage for a long period of time. And it has prevented karmic rebalancing, not just for this person, but it's prevented justice being served for other people here as well. So what you might not have kind of realized here is that there is a spiritual plan in motion. So you were praying to God for forgiveness, and God is saying, look, this is not a normal situation, because you kind of walked into like, I'm hearing the war between good and evil is very much real, and you walked right in the middle of some kind of like battleground, and that's not on accident. Okay, you were meant to play some kind of divine role here, and this has to do with like your karmas. So this isn't just a situation where it's like, okay, you're going to pray to God and then God is just going to forgive you, because you need to understand a couple of things here. The first is that on a spiritual level, this situation is not considered closed. Okay, so God is not going to offer you her forgiveness or his forgiveness, because it's not time for that yet. Like you still can interact. For a lot of you, you can still interact in this situation that would make a difference potentially for other people. They're also saying the hurt is still very much active here. So like for this, I'm hearing original victim, like for this, or a person that you've identified as an original victim, there's more going on here. Oh my God. This person has received hurt, but I think other people have also been hurt here and continue to be hurt, and that needs to be put a stop to. You're not to take on the enormity of this. You're supposed to play your divine role. Welcome. That's what this is about, and it seems like you're kind of willing and ready to play ball here. So what Spirit is wanting you to understand is that this all started with who this person is. That was like originally, I'm going to use the word victimized. This person really, really does not like that word. But yeah, they were a victim here. So it starts with who this person is. This person is here in this life. They definitely don't want to be. And this person, we hear all these beautiful things about like, yeah, this person volunteered to come here to help humanity. This person did not volunteer. This person was asked. They were handpicked is what I'm hearing, like by God, because of who this person is and what they represent. It's an innocence. This person is truly, truly innocent. I think that's one of the things that kind of threw your guides in this situation. I'm hearing, we're not trying to fool you, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but you did not even like begin your spiritual test here. I think you were like in the lobby and they were getting ready to tell you like which testing room to go into, but like, because I think there's something, I'm not trying to be rude, there's something quite obvious, glaringly obvious about the two individuals that you were dealing with. That one was like very righteous, one was trying, one, you could see the morality in one, and another one was very much not. Like they were not on the same level, these two, in some kind of obvious way, because that was never meant to be your spiritual test, is determining like who's kind of telling the truth or not. Or I mean, maybe that was a part of it. It's just like kind of asking a certain question, but Yeah. And again, you might harbor some kind of guilt here, because when you look back, I think some of you kind of feel like, how could I have ever believed this other person? But I already told you why. It's because this person spotted a weakness in you internally that they could exploit. And then they just fanned that until that's all you were looking at. And I'm hearing that, like, looking for a reason, just looking for a reason, right? So there's a spiritual plan in motion here. And we're going to talk about that first, okay, in terms of making amends, because I do feel like there's some kind of divine action that some of you are being called to take in this situation. And that's a part of actually rectifying this situation on the physical, where you can actually stop the bleeding, right? Because if this manipulator here is held accountable, that goes a long way from stopping the hurt, like for this person. And I think, many other people here. And I think this person has played their part, this person who was victimized. Some of you might think, like, I should have supported you because, you were the one who was supposed to, like, go head to head with this person. And they were in the past, like, in some kind of capacity. It's very specific, though, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I feel that now you are being called, and others are being called, to stand in the same energy that this person stood in with this person. To oppose this person. It's just to stand very firmly in the energy of truth and what happened here. And this is going to have a knock-on effect. There's a group energy that is going to actually kind of be a part of taking this manipulator down. And you can't see this plan yet, but they're showing me dominoes that are kind of like in motion here, but everybody is going to kind of got to come forward here in whatever this is. And that's what they want to walk you through, okay? There needs to be an energetic switch in this situation, which you have already, like this, it's going to start on an energetic level. And you've already started this process by not minimizing this, but it's you taking responsibility for your part in this. And again, some of you are called to initiate certain conversations with other people who are also involved in this, who also feel great regret and remorse, and who will jump at the chance to own their part in this and to make right in this here as well. So this is going to start on an energetic level. And this is going to take energetically something off of the plate here of this person that has been victimized first and then minimized and maybe blamed. I'm hearing victim blaming, blame shifting. There's been a whole lot of energy, dark energy, shoved at this person in order to try to take them down. Again, because this is a person who can affect people's lives in a very positive way over the long term. But this person's energy is probably very understated and unassuming, because this is why this person was handpicked, because this is a person who they don't go on the offense. They don't attack. This person does not like kind of initiate certain things. Why this person is picked is because this person, they just stand very firmly in truth here. And in their own righteousness, like in the truth of like what is right. So I feel like what happened in the past, and some of you need to hear this just very directly, this manipulator, somebody went at this person directly, and they thought they were going to be a pushover. They thought this person was an easy target in some capacity, and then they weren't. Okay, so for some, like this person was rejected, or they were denied, or whatever this person did to this very righteous human being, this person did not take the blame for it. This person stood very firm in their energy, that they knew how they should have been treated. They knew that that was wrong. And they were a very strong, solid mirror for this person to look at themselves and to realize that what they did was wrong. And that's exactly what they were supposed to do. And that's all they were supposed to do. It's very powerful in doing that. And that's the energy that I'm thinking all of you guys are supposed to be in, even though I think you're meant to take some kind of divine action here, but it's the divine action that you know is right because you know what happened here. Or you know something about what happened here. But when that happened, it scared this person who is like this manipulative person, because they thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get away with what I was getting away with. So it scared them, and it made this righteous person a target. They were like, oh, I'm going to take you down. Like, I'm going to destroy you here in some way. And I don't know what way that they went about doing that, but they knew they couldn't get at this person. I think they may have tried like a couple of times to convince this person to, I just heard drop charges, but they knew this person. For some of you, there was an actual crime that went on here, and this manipulator was so shook because they knew that this person had, could win in court, basically. But so they knew if they wanted to take this person down, they had to, no offense, they had to go around them. They had to go at the people around them that they could identify a weakness in, or that they could weaponize their own ignorance or some kind of emotional insecurity or something, and to get them to kind of gang up on this people, to get these people to take this person down. The divine is going to reverse that, okay? And needs to reverse that, because now everybody's got weird karmas going on in this situation, and that's what you're feeling, is the need to reverse whatever you participated in, okay? So that's what the divine is doing. It's initiating this domino energetic this domino effect, which starts with an energetic switch. You taking responsibility for what you believed, how you were manipulated, and how you behaved or didn't behave here in this situation that you were being called to do, and you would have heard that here in the past, right? So I keep saying this. I'm going to say this because this is a part of like actually writing this on the physical realm. I do feel like there is some kind of action that you are being called to take. And I'm hearing some of you seen things. Some of you know things. So, okay, the 4 snaps is like so significant to me right now. But basically, Spirit is saying, look, some of you have seen things and some of you know things that are valuable and that you need to be informing somebody about. There's a direct communication. I'm putting it on your heart where you need to directly communicate that information. There I will hear your confession. There is where I will accept your confession, there and there only. Yes? Because of what needs to be righted, because of the gravity of the karmas involved here in this situation. We are making this right, okay? So you're being called to communicate with somebody directly. I think a lot of you feel this yearning to communicate with this person who was victimized directly, okay? And I'm not going to say everybody is not meant to communicate with this person directly, but most of you, and I'm talking 98% of you, it's not this person. It's not the person that was victimized, okay? Because they've done their part, and this is a part of you making right for them, is you being a part of the group that's going to take care of this and hold somebody here accountable, and you should have done it in the past. Like, then this person would have been a part of it. Maybe you guys would have had a stronger case or had more standing or something here, but it should have happened this way in the past, and you're being supported here by the divine to do that. But also, remember I was saying about the icebergs in the beginning and how like things are slowly being revealed. I do not realize there's something very nefarious going on here. Like for this person to be confronted with the enormity of exactly what was done to them. And I'm hearing how cold and calculated and pre-planned and strategized and how targeted and vulnerable and everything that they were. It's a bit much for this person. And some of you also need to know, like, here's what it comes down to. If you're not on speaking terms with, if this person is not taking your calls, and I mean on a social level, if you work with this person, they're under some kind of business obligation to respond to your emails and stuff, don't reach out. That's not what I mean. Don't reach out to this person. That's just you disrespecting boundaries. If this person is still taking your calls, then yeah, this might be the person that you are meant to come clean to and tell them what has been going on behind their back and the extent of it and exactly what you were told and yada, yada, yada. Okay. But for most of you, it's somebody else. And if there was a group involved and you know that other members of this group are not assholes, that they were also tricked, fooled, manipulated in the same way that you were, then maybe the direct people that you're called to contact are those people in the group. And then together, I am hearing some of you are actually being called to form a police report if a crime was actually done. I don't think this person's going to get held accountable for the crime that they did to this person directly. I'm hearing like this might have been a long time ago for some of you. Like it's way past some kind of statute of limitations. And this person has gone on to hurt other people. And you do need to know that. And you need to hold that L. But that's what I'm saying. Spirit has actually, I'm hearing I've been fast at work behind the scenes. Spirit is saying I've been fast at work. So Spirit has put other dominoes into effect here. So this person, and everybody's waiting to play their divine role, but somebody needs to kind of initiate this process by taking responsibility here. So if you file a police report though, and I'm hearing like do your due diligence, like maybe, talk to a lawyer if you're worried about this falling back on you. I don't think it will, but again, like you've got to, this is your life, it's your decisions. It's, what you're being called to do and what you're not. And you have to, I'm not responsible for the decision. I'm just a messenger. I'm just trying to tell you this is what I'm trying to say here. You need to be fully conscious and engaged with your own life. But, I think some of you will file a police report, and it's just creating a paper trail. It's also creating more people that can be interviewed when somebody recent does come forward and they're going to have a case and I think they're going to put this person away, y'all. I think for some, this person's going to prison. And they should have a long time ago, or this person should have been on some kind of registry where they couldn't pass a background check to get into certain positions that they may be in now. I mean, yeah, and this person was sent in here to oppose this, like sent in by the divine just because of who they are. I think this person's very credible. And I think that's probably where a lot of your shame comes from, is because this person could not have been more credible. I think and I'm hearing you need to grapple with that. You need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what did a person need to be for you to assist them? Like, or take seriously what was said. Some of you need to kind of grapple with that within yourself. So some of you seen things and some of you know things, and you are being called forward in direct communication. Some of you need to tell a group of people, like, look, what we did was wrong. And I think a lot of the other people in this group are feeling the same way. And maybe all of you can go together and tell, like, again, like maybe this is an HR supervisor because somebody got fired. And you should do this, okay? And I'm hearing you've put somebody in darkness here or you've helped them. And there, as the saying goes, if you put somebody in darkness, you will walk them out of darkness. So that is what you're being asked to do. Now, the 4 snaps, between some of you have seen things. So 4 in the tarot is the number of the emperor. So you could have seen something to do with authority. You could have seen something to do like with an emperor or like with a negative, like it could, anything that an emperor represents. A leader, you could have seen a leader here of a group. You could have seen, this could be a father, this could be a boss, this could be something somebody's husband has done. Or you've seen how something works. Because for some of you, this is not necessarily a person that has victimized this human being. This is like a corrupt work system, and it's when I'm saying that there are more people that have been hurt, there are more victims. I'm saying of this corrupt work system here, like whatever it is, you've seen how something works here, or you've seen the somebody who's pulling the strings, or you've seen something here. You've seen something. Now, for others of you, okay, here's what's crazy. The 4 snaps. You could have seen 4 different people experience something, and you should come forward about all of them. But you might also realize, okay, because whenever you were lied to by this manipulator, and whenever you played into their hand, it put you to sleep on an energetic level, okay? You lost consciousness on an energetic level. You were no longer aware. It impaired your empathy in some way. So you were no longer seeing through the heart. You were no longer seeing through a spiritual lens. And therefore you couldn't hear God. You couldn't feel God. You couldn't feel the path of righteousness that was always there in front of you, right? But God always said that person is going to come back to me. And I'm hearing sleeper agent. And so when you were in this state of unconsciousness, you were kind of I'm seeing you being carried into the belly of the beast. So take that how it resonates. It's like, I'm hearing you joined a gang. Some of you joined a gang and you didn't even realize you were doing it. And I don't mean like, you're wearing like blue or red. That's not what I'm talking about. They're kind of showing me like a narcissistic system, This could be like a family system it's a toxic family system run by a narcissist. It's a gang and it operates like a gang. And for others of you, this is a friend group. It operates like a gang, and you joined a gang and you were doing gang-like things to other people here. For some of you, this was like a religious organization, but whatever it is, they're saying you joined a gang. I think this is mirroring something that happened in past lives. Like when I'm saying you joined a gang, I think in the past life, you did actually, literally. And this person who was victimized probably ended in a permanent, gruesome way, and then everybody was an apologist for it or covered up for it, or something here like that. So you're undoing something major, 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 right? So you joined some kind of gang here, and you got dragged into the belly of the beast. For some of you, this is a corrupt like work system. And again, it's that you know how it works, or you know who's the ringleader or something here like that. You've seen it. So when you woke up, when your empathy was back online and you felt empathy for what this person had been through, and again you started to realize that's a good person. And honestly, even if they were a neutral person, nobody deserves to be treated like that. Somebody can be a hoe and they can still say no to somebody. Doesn't mean that they deserve to get treated a certain way. What was I thinking? So anyways, when you woke up on that spiritual consciousness level, you were in the middle of it. You were in the middle of something here. That is done on purpose. And you might not realize it, but it's like you do have some kind of valuable information here. Or there's something to do with 4. Like you saw 4 distinct things that can be put together that actually reveals something. Or it connects to somebody else's something here. But I think, and that was, I'm hearing sleeper agent. So now you've got to like walk the path back. And you're supposed to feel love here as well, like from the divine. Because there's certain things that have been put in place here that you're going to realize. I'm hearing that quote from the Bible that says, when you looked back and saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. And so you're realizing that you were never forgotten about by the divine, because you wouldn't have this way out. I'm hearing you turned once, you need to turn again. You wouldn't have this way back, but you do have it. It was always like put there in place. So you walking this back, you having some kind of direct communication here that you need to have is putting in some kind of domino effect here. And it's having a cleansing effect on people, on your soul, all of that, okay? So this is the first major message that is coming out here. I think there's a part of making amends here that has to do with your own spiritual process, your own inner world here. And I hope you caught it at the beginning, because I keep trying to make this parallel of like, if you're like, how could I believe this person? It was so obvious that this person is trash. Like, and this other person didn't deserve this. It was so obvious. Like, how did I? The answer to that question is because there was something unhealed or corrupted or flared up in your inner world that affected the external world, because whoever this manipulator was able to reach in and yank you around by it and control your behavior. And I'm hearing like we all have this kind of spiritual responsibility we are in charge of our own behavior. So it's not a pass. Like, Spirit is acknowledging that you were tampered with, that there were dark art tactics that were thrown at you here, and fanned the flames of. But we're all responsible for our own actions, and that's not a single step thing. We have to make sure that we're not the only person in the room that can't see our own unhealed hurt that other people can weaponize and use against us. And so there's an inner part to this making amends process that kind of corresponds with taking responsibility. I was going to just go right into that, but I think I'm going to end this one here, and I'm going to start the next message with like the inner work of the process of making amends. Okay, so if that resonated with you, good luck. Again, your life is your own. Your decisions are your own. Tarot is not an evidence-based practice. Like, I'm just worried about you. You still need to be intelligent. There's like Mars energy here. You might need to have a strategy and be very skillful. Like, I can see that this is maybe a bit dangerous, like whatever this is. And I want you to do your due diligence to not move in a sloppy, stupid way because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Nobody told you to be sloppy or stupid or anything. Like, talk to a lawyer, do your due diligence. But I do feel that you are called to come forward with some kind of information, and you need to make sure that you're able to do that, but make sure that you are safe in doing that and that you understand like the repercussions of whatever that is. So again, if that resonates with you, please like, comment. And for some of you, this is not on that scale. For some of you, it is just coming forward to a group that you sided with. But I think you might understand that some of those people in that group were also manipulated and just saying, look, what we did was wrong and we shouldn't have done it. And I feel shame and I don't know how to make it right. Right. And just starting that conversation. It's a very cleansing, purifying, processing process. And also it's going to reveal some people to you maybe. All right. So that's what I have. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. All right. Bye.